In this video, I will be speaking about GBP USD. Now, as usual, to keep the video as educational as possible, first I will be covering the technical aspect of this market, then we will move to the order flow, and by the end of the video, by using the combination of these two different types of analysis, we will try to understand where we have the highest probabilities for the next potential move here on this pair. Now, starting on the monthly time frame, what we can see is that at the moment we have the market which is currently testing exactly a quite strong area of previous monthly support, which after the market broke it to the downside was turned resistance here. Now, what it seems, at least at the moment, is that after this first deep test of the zone, the market is trying to break back above the area. So we can see in fact how we got the test of the low of the zone currently getting rejected to the upside. So there is the possibility for a break back above this quite strong historical structure level. If the market will be successful in that, at that point a big push to the upside could be expected. Dropping down on the weekly, what do we have? Now, on the weekly time frame, what we can see is that the market has just rejected the previous weekly demand and support. In fact, from here, all this move to the upside was created. At the moment, the market tested exactly the same zone. Currently, it is rejecting it to the upside. So, more bullish price action could be expected away from this area. Going down the daily, what do we have? Now, from a daily perspective, what we can notice is that we had a quite strong impulse to the upside. Now, after the creation of an impulse, I made a full breakdown explaining all the reasons for which we could expect first this correction and then more bullish continuation, which is in fact exactly what the market is currently giving us. And by the way, I will link in description this previous analysis so you can go and check it out for more free education. Now, if we go and see what we have when it comes to the commitment of traders, so the COT data, which is what the non-commercials, so the biggest speculators in the market are doing, and we check the data for the pound, what we can see is that with the last reports, net positions have been increasing. We went from having minus 29k net positions all the way up to having minus 17k net positions with 7k longs added with the last report. So the pound is getting stronger. This means that since the market is currently testing the previous high, we don't know if the market will manage to break above it. But if we actually get a successful break above this resistance after the break, this previous resistance would become support. So after the break, if we get a retest of this previous resistance turn support, this would be a quite interesting area inside of which we could be looking for a potential rejection to the upside. Now, if we go and see what we have when it comes to the commitment of traders, so the COT data, we can see how since we're having this increase in the net positions, this is essentially improving the probabilities that if we get the test, we might easily get a potential rejection higher. So if we do get this retest, how we could be approaching this potential move to the upside. Now, as usual, trading is reactive and not predictive. The monthly, weekly, and daily combined with the COT data, those are the best time frames from a directional perspective. However, when it comes to confirmations and entries, the best time frames are the intraday time frames. So 4 hour and lower. Therefore, what we could be doing, potentially also with students, is monitoring price action from an intraday perspective during this move to the downside, waiting for the market to shift from an intraday bearish market as we would have to an intraday bullish market. And if the market would shift from an intraday bearish to bullish market and provide to us one of our valid entries, at that point we could be looking for a potential move to the upside for the market to complete this impulse correction and impulse pattern to the upside. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis education and update, make sure that you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free analysis education and updates for all of you. And I will see you in my next breakdown.